Welcome back to Grow the Earth. Yesterday it rained and it rained and it rained and it rained. And as I was sitting inside, because I couldn't get outside to do anything because it was raining, of course, I got to thinking about it. A lot of times we take rain for granted. You know, as a gardener, rain is a huge, important thing to our garden. You know, it waters our garden, it nourishes the ground. And just all around it, we notice even the grass gets greener whenever we get rain. And there's a couple reasons behind that. Mainly because as rain falls through the clouds, it picks up extra nitrogen and deposits it in the ground. I know it sounds kind of crazy. You know, it's something that I found out reading up and understanding the importance of rain. And just simply understanding why everything greens up after it rains. So the other thing that the rain picks up as it's coming through the clouds is it picks up bacteria. Now, in everything you have good and bad bacteria. You will invariably, you know, all the bacteria you're going to pick up through the air is not good, but generally it is. And it will. Once it hits the ground, it will start to grow and it's what makes your compost pile work really great. It will help break down nutrients in the ground for your plants to have. These bacteria do a lot of great things. And that is why the rain that falls from the sky, I call water that's alive. In contrast to the fact of the water that comes out of your tap, especially if you're on city water, is effectively dead. It's got chlorine in it, which is meant to kill bacteria. It's been filtered and just generally scrubbed of anything other than water. And our gardens need that. Also, rain itself is, unless you're, of course, living near some a chemical plant or something like that, the rain that falls from the sky is pure, and about as pure as you can get. This is why a lot of people use rain collection barrels and so forth to water their garden with. Now, in a moment, I'm going to take you over to our water outlet, because there are times here in Texas to where it gets too dry to count on nature to water our ground for us. So we are using city water supply to water our garden. But because of the chlorine in it, which chlorine is a sterilizer, it will kill the good bacteria in your soil, and it will also affect your plants because it can effectively lock nutrients in the ground. So I'm going to take you over here for just a second. I'm going to show you what I use in conjunction with a water filter I have on my home already to ensure that we remove any kind of chlorine from our water. All right, guys, now this is a very common thing. You can find these at Walmart. They come in a 2-pack. They're like 25 bucks. But what they are is they filter out chlorine and other contaminants out of the water. Now again, I have a water filter on my home, and it's nothing special. It's just a general, I catch rust and just large particulates, and I have a chlorine filter on my home. And this is just an extra layer of protection. This is going to make sure that the water that I water my garden with out of my hose doesn't have any or negligible amounts of chlorine. Because like I said, chlorine will harm your plants. It will stunt the growth of them. It will do many, many things, but it definitely will not help. All right, guys, now this is going to be a short video, but again, I want to stress to you that the importance of God in our garden every day. This is another example of God helping our garden. Rain is a product of God. It has to be, because it's perfect in every way. It helps our ground, it grows our plants, and it is pure. So whenever it's raining outside, I don't want you to think, oh gosh, I can't get outside and work my garden. I want you to think, that's God working. That's God watering my ground. That's God giving me water that I don't have to worry about filtering, that I don't have to worry about chlorine. I don't have to worry about something bad coming through my city water supply to harm my plants. I want you to think of God helping you and taking care of you and blessing you as a gardener. And that we just continue that blessing, you know, that we thank Him for that. Even when we're stuck inside, even when we're not happy with the fact that we can't get outside and do what we need to do to plant a new vegetable, or trim or prune or pull weeds or whatever it may be. But as always, guys, like and subscribe, share with your friends, pray over your family, pray over your garden, and have a great day.